Welcome to Drinking Bros, presented by GhostBed.com. Live from the newsroom in Austin, Texas, here's Drinkin' Bros Fake News. My God, man, that sounds good. That sounds real good. Delco Dan, you may have outdone yourself today. Or maybe not really that much.
We killed Hans Zimmer.
He's dead.
He's dead now.
He's dead.
So
we have a new intro.
Yeah.
We don't have to put up with his shenanigans anymore. No more residuals for Hans Zimmer.
It wasn't just the residuals. It was that he wanted to get paid in fucking Dogecoin and feet pics.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have time for that bullshit, man.
I had time.
I know he's German and all, but they're into weird shit, but I just don't have time for any of this.
I had time for the feet pics. But the Dogecoin I just didn't have time for. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry, not sorry. Okay, Hans? But we have a new theme song. There's no reason for me to hum anymore. We're retired of that, right? We're done with that.
Yeah, he's out.
We have a new theme song, but we have the same old fake news. Real news, depending upon who you ask. Has Evan Hafer's thing gone viral yet?
Of him saying fuck on live television? Not yet. Yeah, at the end, he gave a speech at the New York Stock Exchange this morning because Black Rifle went public. They got to ring the bell, so on and so forth. And the last sentence of his speech was like, and we're so fucking excited or something like that.
Yeah.
But he said the fuck.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, he did say fucking.
yeah.
Got the old Black Rifle coffee hat on. Congratulations, boys. D'Anthony and I did a live show from Black Rifle Coffee this morning that will air tomorrow. So it wasn't live.
Yeah.
Wasn't live.
No.
A young man by the name of Danny Horsnop kicked out the power today, so we'll blame it on him.
Yeah, he did do that. That's true.
I think we're going to insert some song. Do we clear the rights to that to do it tomorrow?
It's less than 5 seconds.
Nah.
Is it going to be the Curb Your Enthusiasm theme? Because that's probably what it should be.
I wish it was.
We can't afford that.
There's nothing like a famous rock star who just walks right through the power chords and has no idea what happens.
The ticker is BRCC, my man.
It is. Yeah. They actually did get BRCC. I did not know if they would get that or not, but they did. Because there was another company that was similar, but they ended up getting BRCC, and I heard they're doing well today. At least they were this morning. So congratulations, boys, and thanks for having us this morning. Luckily, their headquarters are in San Antoine, so we were able to skedaddle back to Austin just in time to give you the realest, fakest news of the week. We'll start off with the Beijing Olympics that are as free and fair as the host country itself. The 2022 Winter Olympics kicked off in Beijing on February 4th, and they're going pretty much as expected, Anthony.
Yeah.
Which is terrible.
Yeah, people, I mean, we showed on, I think, 2 days ago, we showed images of the food they've been serving the people.
Yeah.
Then the big downhill ski thing, the jump, that is surrounded by nuclear power facilities and shit. Like,
it looked nice.
Look, it's fucking China. I don't know what people expect.
I actually appreciate that it kind of looks like a Soviet throwback.
A little bit, yeah. I mean, that's not a good thing, though.
No, and it's pretty much the same country, wouldn't you say? Just two communist countries who are trying to rule the world. It's looked like a real shit heap, is what it looks like.
Yeah, it doesn't look great. I mean, China's had some weird economic stuff over the past 20 years or so. Like, they had, so people in the chat are talking about the stock. It started out at 9.40 and it's up to 15. So it's it's almost doubled today.
Boom.
But yeah, do you remember when, or I don't know if you've ever seen this documentary, it's on Netflix, I can't remember the name of it, but China expected there to be a lot of industry in one of their coastal towns. It wasn't even a town yet. It was just like a coastal area, but it was still kind of rural. So they built an entire city there, built all these high-rise fucking condo and apartment buildings, and then the industry they expected to start there didn't, and it's just a fucking ghost town.
Right.
Like it's like thousands and tens of thousands of apartment buildings and high-rises that are completely empty, and the entire city is abandoned.
Well, don't they make the people itself invest in the real estate in their own country and not outside the country? And I think that's what the crux of all that was.
Well, you can't, like an American can't buy China. You can't buy property in China like Chinese people can just buy property here.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
What's happening back there, by the way? There's a lot going on.
Sneezing fit.
Yeah, somebody sneezed too many times.
Jesus
And
Christ.
we need to fire somebody now.
Get it under control. Pull your mask up, okay?
Yeah.
We make all our employees wear masks around here, or whatever the opposite of that is, which is nothing itself. Competitors were told to avoid criticizing China by Human Rights Watch, which stated that if the athletes speak out against human rights or other issues, they could face significant legal penalties. Stop sneezing. God damn it.
It's that Texas cedar.
There's no such thing. There's no such thing.
Oh yeah,
man.
wait until you get cedar fever. It's gonna ruin your fucking life.
I've already been in the hospital
It
once.
sucks. No, you're not. It's not. It doesn't make you sick enough to be in the hospital, but your whole body's gonna hurt.
Great.
Yeah, it sucks.
Can't wait for that.
He's dying beside me, guys. I'm
know.
worried.
Yeah,
Jesus
fucking shoot him. We've
Christ,
got
dude.
guns here. What the fuck are you waiting for?
It's crazy.
Cut his head off. We'll make a beheading video instead of fake news.
We have an over-under of 50 sneezes, and then you have to end your life, okay?
It's probably a nose hair. That's what it is for me. One of my nose hairs gets it touches one of my beard or mustache hairs.
You're done.
And then I sneeze for the next 2 or 3 days.
Okay. Well, I don't have a beard.
God
you
damn
guys do
it.
too.
Shoot him.
Get him out of here. Get him out of here.
Where is this thing?
There it is. It's a sneeze gun, dude. He's got the sneeze gun. Get him out of there.
I'm out of rounds.
Last month, the Beijing organizing committee warned that any behavior that is against the Olympic spirit, especially against Chinese laws and regulations, are subject to certain punishments. Nancy Pelosi also warned athletes to watch what they say or risk facing reprisal from the Chinese government, saying, as I wish the athletes well, I do not encourage them to speak out against the Chinese government because I fear for their safety if they do. Why are we there?
Yeah.
Just leave.
Nobody's watching, by the way.
No.
The ratings are bullshit. Nobody's watching this. And when the Summer Olympics happened and that stupid bitch turned away, she won bronze or something and turned away while the anthem was being played.
Yeah.
Do you think Pelosi had anything to say about that, or did she just put her fucking her little African costume back on and kneel down in the halls of Senate?
A dashiki?
Yeah. Or
No.
was it a dashiki, but I don't know what it was.
What was she wearing? What was she wearing, Bob? What do you call that? The African garb.
A lie? It's like a lay in Hawaii, but it's a lie because she's just lying about it.
Did you guys get AIDS back there? Like, what happened back there today? Jesus Christ. I mean, it is fucking crazy back there today. Let's all do cocaine. Giorgio, does your dealer have any cocaine on him?
I wish.
Let's start ripping rails here and get everybody back in order.
That's
get
the Drinkin'
everybody
Bros
going
movie.
again. Yeah, let's do that. I don't understand why we're there. Yes, the ratings are a record low. That and the time zone difference has been big for this games.
Yeah.
Most of these big medals, like Nathan Chen last night, who everybody was amped about, didn't go on until like 1:30 in the morning our time.
Well, the other part is I think the big story, the big good story so far from the games has been that one Russian female skater who's 15, but then she pissed hot, right?
Yeah.
And they had to delay the award ceremony, and now everybody's trying to figure out what the fuck happened. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Well, I knew. So I found out what happened with that. She was taking this heart medication that increases blood flow.
Oh, there we go.
At 15 years old. And I guess what they were saying was the test was originally back in December, and that the results just came back now. And Russia, one spokesman from Russia is saying this girl has nothing to do with doping or anything regarding doping. Apparently, this blood pressure medication for your heart opens it up more so you can train harder, and you're able to push in more blood in and out of your heart. So clearly she was definitely on performance enhancing drug. Why a 15-year-old needs that, I don't really understand.
I don't see why we don't have all of our 15-year-olds on it.
How 15 is what, 9th grade?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's 9th grade.
If we're going to compete with other countries, I think we need to start using anabolic steroids on our children.
Or just start buying them from other countries like China did.
Buying children?
Yeah.
Oh, well.
So the Eileen Gu, who's been the kind of the poster child for the Olympics over in China, is actually an American athlete who was born in San Francisco.
Yeah.
Is attending Stanford this fall. She won the gold medal for them. She's a model. She's got a big Instagram now. She's huge on their Twitter over there, which is Weibo. And it appears as if she just took a shit ton of cash.
My understanding is that she renounced her citizenship. Is that not true?
No. No, she's still here.
Okay, cool. Let's see what we can do about getting her permanently removed from this country.
But she's hot, Dan.
I don't give a shit.
Dan,
No.
people care. If you're hot, you can kind of get away with shit.
No.
Pull up a picture of Eileen Gu, and it's Gu, Bob, is the last name. People care how hot she is, and there's been a debate over whether or not you should be able to compete for a country if one of your parents was born there, but you weren't.
If it's a country, no, you can like a grandparent actually. If one grandparent is full blood that country, usually the Olympic Committee will let you compete for that country.
Yeah.
Now some countries have their own rules and shit like that, but I think America should have some rules about people selling out their country, America, for fucking communism.
Right.
And you just get booted forever. Get the fuck out.
Yeah. So here's this girl. Pop her up on screen, Bob. Look at that. You can't boot her out. You know, she's too hot. There's a standard at which we set in America of hotness, and that means more than communism.
No,
here.
there's nothing hot about that to me. She's a fucking traitor. Fuck her.
I'm saying visually. If
No.
you look at her, she's hot.
No.
She's an attractive lady.
She'll probably end up fucking Eric Swalwell, and then she'll steal his classified computer and give it to the CCP because he's kind of into that sort of thing.
She's making me consider communism.
I'm with you, and that's the whole point. If you're hot enough, can you switch over to communism? Maybe. But the big question is with her is how other people are going to react to her when she gets in school this fall and all that other stuff. I don't know the answer. What I do know is this: she's so hot that she made everybody care about a sport which no one knew existed.
Well, nobody cares anymore because she's a fucking loser at it.
What do you mean? No, she won the gold medal.
No, that's not that's the one that fell and fucked her leg up.
No, the one
Yeah.
who fell.
The
and
one that
fucked her
fell
legs
is the
up,
girl from California.
She's a figure skater, yeah. So there's a figure skater who defected. There is a bunch of athletes who have gone over to China from America that are currently competing in these games, including their hockey team. I believe only 9 of the 25 are actually from China, and the rest of them they just bought off. It's starting to become like an NBA or an NIL type of deal where, congratulations, we can just buy you out. And you
Yeah,
can come and do
sometimes
it.
it's just easier to qualify in other countries.
Right.
Yeah.
So I want to say, it's like Trinidad and Tobago or something.
Mm-hmm.
They'll straight up, like, you can try out for the World Cup team.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There was a snowboarder who was Shaun White's best friend. I believe he medaled 2 Olympics ago, Louis Vito. Kind of a funny little dude, kind of looks like a Jackass character. I saw him in the snowboard half pipe the other night with Shaun White. But when he finished, it was an Italy flag next to him. I was like, oh, shit, he's now there. Because I guess he wasn't good enough to make the American team, so he's doing Italy now. And I don't know if that's going to become a thing going forward, where it's like, hey, I'm no longer good enough to make your team, and I'm just going to go to this country. Or you can take enough money and then just actually be the athlete from that country. Because that is clearly what China's doing in these games. And the United States is getting housed. As of the last medal count, we were in 6th place in the Winter Olympics. And that doesn't happen much.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know why anybody has ever cared about any Olympics, but especially not this one.
This one's a rough one. I love the Olympics. It's just been hard to watch because of the time that I'm on. But, like we said earlier this morning, Ross Patterson Revolution, I think I'm the only one watching. It's just me. Because homeboy, you take Nathan Chen, who won the gold last night for the United States. He didn't go on until like 1:30, 1:45 in the morning. So what are we doing? That's the same thing I can ask the Biden administration, who has unveiled crack pipe vending machines in the name of racial equality.
Equity.
Equity?
Yeah, equity is different from equality. So equality.
sure?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Equality means that we all have an equal opportunity. Equity means that we tailor the outcome. You know what I mean? So the equity means that regardless of your particular skill set or ability or even desire, there will be 13% black people and 51% women and so on and so forth. Like it's all a math problem at this point. Although math is racist, so we may run into that down the line, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Why is it racist? Why is math racist?
Because that's what critical race theory is. It assumes that every institution or standard or anything that exists was built to protect white supremacy.
Okay.
So that means we have to tear it all down and start over again.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Instead of, because I don't know how they explain away the black people that have been super successful.
Yeah, I don't really get it either.
Yeah.
I also don't get this whole thing. I thought, by the way, this was like a Babylon Bee article. I refuse to believe it. And then, again, like I said a couple weeks ago on this show, I've gone through like 3 sources now to kind of fact check everything. When I read stories like this where I'm like, there's no fucking way this can be true. And it is. That's why it's on fake news today. The Biden administration has revealed plans to fund the distribution of crack pipes and other drug paraphernalia as part of its plan to advance racial equity. The $30 million grant program, which begins in May, will provide funds to nonprofits and local governments to help make drug use safer for addicts, because that's what I was concerned about. Included in the grant are funds for harm reduction vending machines, which contain testing kits for HIV, HPV, HCV, which I don't know what that is.
That's a new one,
Is it?
I guess.
Good for them. Good for them. And other infectious diseases, safe sex kits, including PrEP resources and condoms, safe smoking kits, syringes, which is a fun one, sharps disposal kits, substance test kits, including test strips for fentanyl. A spokesman for the Department of Health and Human Services said the safe smoking kits will provide pipes for users to smoke crack, crystal meth, and any other illicit substances. The HHS said the kits are aimed to reduce the risk of infection when smoking substances with glass pipes.
Wait, how can you get
cause cuts and sores?
How can you get an infection from smoking out of a glass pipe? Like if it breaks or something?
No, so if it burns your lips and you get sores, and then you're able to keep smoking in there, or you're using other people's pipes, they're worried about that getting infections.
Maybe you don't take good care of your pipe and it kind of chips and then it's cutting people's lips.
Very, very good point.
I take extremely good care of my crack pipe.
Yeah.
And I feel like most people do. Yeah, this is, you can tell by the name of a program like this. Oh, it's a harm reduction. Like, if it sounds really corny, then it's fake. It's just leftists trying to make something horrible sound good. Like, you know what we need? It's not a problem that people are destitute and addicted to drugs and as such are sitting around in particular areas and committing crimes. That's not the problem. The problem is that these people might get fucking a virus from it.
Yeah.
No, they are a virus.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
I don't understand it either. And what does that say to the black community that we need to fund crack pipes for you specifically?
Well, that's part of the bill, not the bill, but that's part of the program that they passed is that it's $33 million, I think, and underserved communities is how they how they refer to it, I think. But it was a predominantly minority area or one that has a lot of gay people or whatever, LG, whatever the fuck. They get served first, and then everybody else gets their crack pipes later. So, to be honest, I'm kind of hopeless at this point. I went to crackpipe.gov and registered for my free crack pipe, but it probably won't be. We'll get those. We'll get a fucking one of those electric Hummers before we see that crack pipe.
Yeah. Does it go by race? Because if so, we're going to be last.
Yeah,
on that.
it goes by race.
We're going to be last on that.
Yeah.
And that's disappointing.
Maybe I got to identify as something now. I don't know.
That's fucking insane, man. To me, if you have to do this to cater to a certain race, or if I'm black and I read this, I'd be like, fuck you guys, dude. Are you kidding me? Do you think that our culture is that fucking needy for crack pipes that you're willing to fund $30 million worth?
Well, back in the civil rights era, it was just normal black people that were protesting, becoming leaders, sitting on fucking buses, doing sit-ins, and then getting elected to office, and so on and so forth. Look at the black folks that you see now trying to represent the black community in politics. It's Cory Booker, who was wealthy as a child, right? It's fucking Kamala Harris, wealthy as a child and biracial, and grew up presenting as a different race, not black. So when she says, I'm the first black woman to ever hold federal office before, what does it mean to be black exactly? Is it just the skin tone? Is it the fact that your father was black? Or does that mean something culturally? I grew up in South Central. I'm black. I grew up in rural Alabama in a fucking black neighborhood. I'm black. Kamala Harris has nothing in common with these people. And I'm pretty sure they can tell. And that's why Biden got the lowest percentage of black votes in modern history for a Democrat at the federal level. That's why, because everybody knows she's fucking fake.
So when you do things like this, is this to cater to that audience and hopefully? Because I try to look at it from a long game perspective of
it's
are you
not.
hoping to get votes in the fall?
They may think that's the case, but all they're really catering to are the super racist, like closeted racist leftists that are like, well, black people just want crack, man. So let's give it to them and we'll get those votes. And then actually you go on the street, you see James Klug go on the street and interview people. He's like, hey, do you have an ID? And the people are like, yeah, everybody's got an ID.
Yeah.
Like, oh, huh? But you know how to get an attorney? Yeah. Everybody needs to go to the Google, type it in, attorney.
Yeah.
And you just go to the site, fucking call them, and then that's it.
But crack pipes are pretty hard to come by. Oh, man. I think that's a worthy cause where I don't know where to get a crack pipe, Dan.
Yeah.
But if there was a place that I could go and they were free, that would be a fun thing for me.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm all about crack
Yeah.
and meth. The only problem I have with meth is that most of it's made in Mexico.
Is it really?
And I feel like they're taking our jobs.
Yeah, I don't want that to happen.
I mean, our meth, all of our other jobs are fine, but the meth jobs we're losing at a rapid rate.
We need meth back in America.
Yeah.
And we've been strongly for that for
We're not even making our own meth anymore.
God damn it, man.
Like, forget about American manufacturing. We're not even manufacturing drugs.
No.
We're buying our fucking pills from China. We're getting our meth from Mexico. What the fuck?
I know. We got to make American drugs again.
This is bullshit.
Bullshits. You know what isn't bullshit? GhostBed.com/Drinkin Bros. Finest mattress in the land. Right now, they got that 40% off bundle package. That is the adjustable base. That is the mattress. That is combined. Oh, yeah. Right on top of each other. Put it on top of each other. Make a little baby on there. At GhostBed.com/Drinkin Bros. The adjustable base is amazing. Comes with a remote control. It's got flashlights. It's got USB ports. It's even got vibration from head to toe. Or if you just want to vibrate the legs, congratulations, you can do that. Or just the head, you can do that. Name another mattress that does that. No one. No one does it, okay? They're living in the future. We're all living in the past. We're lucky to have them on this program. Now, if you just want 30% off thing in the entire store, you can type in the promo code Drinkin Bros at checkout and you're good to go. You put pillows in there, you can put just the mattress in there, you can put both in there, or the weighted blankets, the cover. Let's say you get a little messy in there, maybe you're doing anal or something. Not out of the realm of possibilities. You can get a mattress cover in there. Do whatever you want. You get 30% off the promo code Drinkin Bros. And for 2022, they've got a 60-month pay-as-you-go program, no interest at ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros. So you can walk out of there with a brand new mattress set for like $20, $25 a month now. Congratulations. 2022 is the year that you get a new mattress set for you and your loved one. Straight, gay, we don't care. We don't kink shame, whatever you want to do. Maybe you're fucking clowns. Who cares? We've had a clown pornographer on the show.
Yeah, we have, yeah. That's true.
She was a lovely lady, okay? She's got a ghost bed. Go to ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros today and get yours. Next up, New York Times is caught playing favorites, emails between the New York Times and the Interior Department Secretary Deb Haaland. Her office has provided hard evidence for something the general public has known for years. The emails obtained by the Federalist through a FOIA request show that the news outlet is cooperating with the Biden administration to make stories more favorable for Democrats. In an August email to Interior spokeswoman Melissa Schwartz, New York Times reporter Coral's a fun name, Davenport inquired about the administration's move to block a federal judge's orders that overturned Biden's ban on oil and gas leases on federal land. The email read in part, "I'm trying to understand what exactly is new. We will not do a story about the appeal. I'm just trying to understand what, beyond the appeal, is substantially close." I was so close on that one.
No.
I felt good about it. Substantively?
Substantively.
There you go. New. Melissa Schwartz replied, "More than happy for you to not write that story at all."
Yeah, and then the reporter obviously took direction from the White House and decided not to write the story. I mean, this isn't the first time recently that's happened. We CNN did the same thing, right?
ESPN did as well, yeah.
ESPN, CNN,
bunch of news outlets.
CNN and Washington Post got caught teaming up with the Biden administration to try to craft a message to get people to fucking get vaccinated and shit. Mm-hmm. Like that's propaganda, right? So government and then media and then people. The media is supposed to be listening to this and yelling at the government, but instead they're just yelling the government's point at the people now.
Right.
That's not a media. That's a propaganda wing. That's Goebbels bullshit. So.
I think we almost have to rename the media at this point.
Yeah, let's call them bitches.
Yeah, because look, and that's both sides.
Can we call it the bitch media?
I think so.
Like instead of legacy or mainstream, just call it the bitch media.
Yeah, I think that works.
Yeah, bitch media is fine, but look, it's the same on both sides. Like
BM.
CNN,
Like
Fox
Bauerman.
News, all those guys. Like everybody's got a fucking agenda. There's no real news where it's just the news.
Yeah.
Because when it is, it's boring as shit. Like I watch our local news every night, just because I want to know what the fuck's going on in my own community. So it's on in the background. It is about 4 to 5 minutes of news and then 25 minutes of weather here. I don't know why people give a shit about the weather so much in Austin, Texas.
It's mostly the same all year except for this time of year.
Yeah, they get real hard about this time of year. They're just like, oh my God, it's going to be cold today. You got to run your pipes. You got to run your faucets. It's crazy. But other than that, you flip over to CNN or Fox News, and it's all whatever the fuck they're trying to push.
Yeah.
So I'm not surprised by it. It sucks. What I hate is when news outlets like the New York Times or Brian Stelter from CNN are like, why do people trust Joe Rogan more than us? I don't understand it. We're a newsroom, damn it.
Well, here's another example. It's not just doing stories for the administration. Mandy Gunasakara, maybe, I don't know how you say that name, but she was the chief of staff for the EPA, Environmental Protection Agency under Trump. And she said that reporters would routinely, well, here's what she said, quote, "We had reporters straight up tell us they wouldn't come cover events because they would never write a positive story about the Trump administration." And then there were other instances where they would just straight up spread false information. So it's not just them taking direction from the government now that leftists are in power. They've been taking direction from leftists this whole time, regardless of whether they're in power or not.
Right.
Right? So they've aligned themselves with leftists, and you should just expect that to be the case, I suppose. I don't know.
Yeah, and it's only going to continue.
Yeah.
I
mean, I don't really give
I'm
a
not
shit
personally
anymore.
shocked by any of it. The one trial I'm watching, and I don't know if this is in here, is the Sarah Palin trial. That one's going to be super fucking interesting to me.
Yeah, I mean, that one, and then whenever Rittenhouse decides to sue, that's going to be a big one. But yeah, I don't really care anymore because the data is in. So if I thought that, like last year, the last 2 years, I guess, when the NBA and NFL were doing all this stupid fucking kneeling, protest bullshit, and look, do what you want. I don't think it should be outlawed or anything, but there's a price to pay for doing stupid shit like that, for being part of the 1% of the 1%, and still like whining about your rights. Like, you may want to fucking tone it down a little bit, dude, because everybody else is just trying to feed their families and buy gas and shit. But doing that and then being a professional athlete that plays a game on grass all the time, people saw it and they were turned off by it, and you saw it in the ratings.
Yeah.
Right? And when it comes to news, we're seeing it in the fucking ratings. Rogan's tripling up, at a minimum, tripling up anybody else in media right now. So I don't really care what the press does at this point because they're fucking dying.
Well, I exactly, but I think a case like Palin, because she took it all the way to court, so they're currently in trial right now, and if you're able to take down one of these big news corporations for millions and millions of dollars, like a Rittenhouse or a Palin or somebody like that, that makes a significant dent, and that'll help nuke these organizations faster. Because right now, this Palin trial is super interesting because they did print a retraction on this story. They compared something she said or did to school shootings or the Gabby Giffords thing. And they printed a retraction and they said, hey, we're sorry. We're admitting we got this wrong. However, it was not done in malice. And I guess there's some form of journalism law where if you don't do it with malice, that you can retract it. And it's like, no, you shouldn't be able to.
No.
Otherwise, you shouldn't be the fucking news.
No, I often will get drunk and hit people with my car and just be like, my bad, out the window.
Yeah.
I was drunk. That doesn't count. Asshole. It's like Randy Marsh. I thought this was America. Yeah, it's stupid.
It's dumb, but again, if big people like that who are in the news keep filing, lawsuits and shit like that,
Yeah.
and you win, this will help get it out of there faster.
Well,
so
Sandman fucking did the first one. Those are 3 huge cases. They haven't been made public yet, how much money he was given in those settlements, but it'll come out eventually. Palin will get one probably in the 120 million range. That's what I've read. It seems like she's probably going to win this case.
I don't see how she can lose.
Yeah, and then the Rittenhouse one's going to be really interesting.
Yeah.
Because I think his is going to be not just targeting media, but also elected officials. You can't sue Biden for calling him a racist because executive privilege and shit, unfortunately. Although he said that before he was president, so he may be able to sue him for that.
Right.
The stuff he said during the campaign, he may be able to sue him for that. But he's going to go, my understanding is they're going to go after individuals as well, not just the fucking media conglomerates.
No shit.
Yep.
Man.
Like, he's fucking 19. He's got the rest of his life just to sue these. He has nothing else to do except because he's going to be extremely wealthy immediately after the first lawsuit is done. That's what he should just make his whole life about, is suing everybody.
And he might. I know Richard Jewell did that in Atlanta, and I think he ended up with like 140, and then he just bounced up to the mountains or whatever. But at this point, if you're Rittenhouse, go scorched earth and sue everybody. I think they'll settle in the Rittenhouse one. Palin, though, she physically had to take them to trial, and they would not settle. So she's like, fuck you, I'll come and I'll be there. And I know the reporter from the New York Times has been on the stand, I think 9 hours yesterday, and then was still going back today for more testimony. You're like, Jesus Christ. I mean, they're really going for it on that one, so we'll see. But I bet you that lawyer probably popping a lot of Lucy. Lucy.co. It's on D'Anthony's desk right there. If you flop over there, it's down underneath there. Look, we're all adults here. I know some of us choose to use nicotine to relax, focus, or just unwind after a long day. Lucy is a modern oral nicotine company that makes nicotine gum, lozenges, and pouches for adults who are looking for the best, most responsible way to consume their nicotine. It's a new year. Why not start it out by switching to a new nicotine product that you can feel good about? Aubrey Marcus was the one that turned us on to this. And just popping a little gum to get going. Daddy needed a little of it today. It was a long day today. Took a little snooze after RPR and then popped one of those in my mouth before we got going here. And I'm good to go. Obviously can't chew gum on air because that would be rude.
No, but you got the
especially
pouches.
for audio listeners. Yeah. But you got the pouches, you got the gums. They come in a bunch of different flavors. Wintergreen is my jam. That's what I like to use. But around the office, we see a lot of cinnamon going down the old bellies around here. If you enjoy using nicotine, you should definitely check out Lucy's products at lucy.co. That is lucy.co. Use the promo code DrinkinBros at checkouts. Also, I have to read this disclaimer. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. Remember, if you're interested in a better way to use nicotine, visit lucy.co. Be sure to use that promo code DrinkinBros at checkout. You'll get a nice little discount there. Lucy's fucking huge. Welcome to the show.
Yeah.
And thanks for being an advertiser here. Next up, Congress discusses introducing new stock trading restrictions for them to ignore. Man, this is going to haunt Pelosi.
Yeah.
Nancy Pelosi is considering changing her tune about a ban on members of Congress trading stocks after consistently opposing such a measure. Weird thing about that, both sides, Crenshaw and those guys were probably like, hey, we're with you on this one, Nance. Yeah. We're okay with this one, Nance.
If she had just not said anything, instead of coming out and trying to defend the position, she said, we're a free market economy. Members of Congress should be able to participate in that. Instead of saying that, she could have just said nothing or responded by saying we're looking into ways to better enforce the regulations or whatever else other than that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because now it's going to be that's her fucking legacy. Like nothing, her legacy is going to be shutting everything down and getting her fucking hair dyed while everybody else is stuck indoors and fucking insider trading.
I think of shitting and pissing in the streets of San Francisco.
She doesn't, that's not how government works.
What do you mean?
I mean, she is a representative for that area, but she doesn't have anything to do with that area.
Oh, no. But I don't know if you remember on Drinkin Bros Sports, there was a bet when the San Francisco 49ers were playing the Chiefs.
No, I remember that.
That I would go and piss and shit in front of Nancy Pelosi's house
And
in San Francisco.
a lot of people probably have in that area because there's a homeless encampment not that far away. But she doesn't govern that area. She's a representative of that area to the federal government.
Right.
You can blame Chase Abudin and what's this woman's name? The mayor of San Francisco, Breed.
London.
Yeah, London Breed. Those are the people responsible for that.
Okay.
Nancy Pelosi is just a fucking cunt. She's responsible for inflation, which is back up to 7.5, by the way.
Yeah, highest since 1982.
Yeah. People, so it came out at 7 about 3 months ago, and the left is like, oh, don't worry about it. Jen Psaki's like, why don't you just go take a karate class or drink a mimosa? And, hoping that after a little while it would go down. Nope, went up.
Yep.
Congrats. You guys are really bad at governing.
We're not headed towards a good place.
No.
But on Wednesday, Pelosi finally changed her stance, telling reporters a bill could be put forward very soon and indicating she would support legislation that imposes more harsh fines for lawmakers who violate the Stock Act.
Okay, but let me stop you right there. When it says imposes more harsh fines, the Stock Act isn't a law, right? It sets up a kangaroo court wherein Congress polices itself. And the fines one, no one's ever been fined. And two, if they did get fined, the money would just go to a pool inside of Congress.
Yeah.
It's nothing. No. This is nothing. No. So they passed the Stock Act in 2012. 6 months later, in 2013, they ripped out all the fucking enforcement measures out of it, and they're just like, what? They're gonna put them back in the stuff that they took out before that they didn't enforce in the first place. Like this is complete bullshit. Elizabeth Warren and Steve Daines have already reached a deal to file a stock ban bill, which would prohibit lawmakers entirely and their spouses from owning and trading individual stocks. That isn't getting anywhere near the floor.
No.
Not one fucking prayer is that getting passed by either the right or the left.
No, neither of them want it, because that's the whole allure of being in Congress or Senate is that you get the insider info.
Yeah, that's what
stocks, land, and everything else.
That's what Crenshaw said. He's like, well, how are we going to get the best and brightest to come be, work in Congress and the Senate if they can't fucking trade
rich.
stocks?
Yeah.
Like, really? That's your fucking answer? Does anybody out there not know this guy's a fucking piece of shit?
Not only, but you get $175,000 a year. So, I mean, you're not a doctor, you're not a lawyer, but you're getting paid the same to go and show up and have your assistants read these bills. You can barely show up and do your job, and you get to fuck a bunch of people in D.C.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of it.
Yeah.
That's kind of it. So I don't think this is going anywhere as well. I'm with you on this one. There's no fucking way either side has any interest in passing this bill.
Yeah. But, it is good to hear Crenshaw say that because it tells you exactly who he is as a human being. Like, we all know Nancy Pelosi's a piece of shit. I think a lot of people are still on the fence about Crenshaw and stuff, but his idea about government is that I should only work for my government if it's going to incentivize me to become rich at some point. That's how he feels about the stuff.
By the way, congressman, I guess, based on the salary you said, makes about as much as a nurse anesthesiologist.
Yeah.
Which is like a highly skilled, educated job.
And all you have to do to get elected to Congress is talk about Jewish space lasers that start forest fires.
Yeah, I mean,
so
Marjorie Taylor Greene is in there.
Yeah.
Anybody can do it, and then you get a pension out of it at the end of
Womb Raider says we need to keep an eye on Crenshaw.
Nailed it.
Good job, bud.
Nailed it. I like that one a lot.
That would be a good question to ask him, though.
It got me. It did get me.
Why do you think you deserve to make more than a nurse anesthesiologist serving in Congress?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he would say that he's a leader.
Yeah.
But I encourage all of you out there who speak to or about politicians on a regular basis to never call them leaders, because that's not what they are. They're servants. They're employees.
That's what their job
Yeah.
is. It's
Like,
what
literally.
it's what the job used to be.
Yeah, they're not. When the fuck is the last time anybody in a political position led anybody anywhere, right? Except for by the nose into a distraction so they could fucking pull their wallet out of their back pocket.
Yeah.
And take their fucking shit. Fuck these people.
Look, if you are going to pull your wallet out of your back pocket, you might want to buy some Raycon's best headphones on the planet. Buy Raycon.com/Drinkin Bros. That is buy Raycon.com/Drinkin Bros for 15% off Raycons. A lot of people have been making resolutions this year, and you know what? I get it. That doesn't mean you shouldn't find a way to shake things up, whether it's by switching out your workout routine or going someplace new. Whatever way you choose this new year, there's no better way to do it than with a pair of Raycon wireless earbuds in your ears. They're affordable. They're amazing. Best in the biz. We've been with these guys for, what, 2.5 years now, Dan? Mm-hmm. Something like that. They're the only... I don't like the fucking Apple ones. Georgie, are you wearing the Apple ones today? Yeah, you are. You can
Always.
You can flick the camera on him. That's fine. It just looks like cum coming out of somebody's ears. It's just... I'm not a fan.
Stealthy, sleek, always on it.
Yeah.
I got silence mode or listening mode.
Okay. Yeah, that's not true. It's not true. Raycon, though, has the best in the biz as far as headphones go and wireless. You can charge these fuckers up for they've got a 32-hour battery life, 8 hours of playtime. That's amazing. It's a little tiny box. I don't have it here. Every time we get some new ones into the studio, somebody steals these.
Mine are charging at home because I'm flying here in a few hours.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Every time they're in the studio, somebody steals them, and they got a ton. They come with a ton of rubber pieces for your ears. So no matter how big your ear hole is, they will have a piece of rubber that will fit in there. I've got huge ear holes. I found out. That's maybe why I don't like the Apple AirPods. By the way.
Well, you've got a giant head too.
I know.
Like your head has other smaller heads orbiting around it right now.
Yeah.
You just can't see them.
I got a big head, dude. But then Raycon came along, and congratulations, they made me feel like a normal person. But the bass in these fucking things is amazing too.
Yeah, the fucking bass is the best part.
Yeah. And they're priced just right. You'll get quality audio at half the price of other premium audio brands. It's no wonder Raycon's everyday earbuds have over 48,000 five-star reviews. Right now, Drinkin Bros listeners can get 15% off their Raycon order at buyraycon.com/Drinkin Bros. That's buyraycon.com/Drinkin Bros to save 15% off on Raycons. Buyraycon.com/Drinkin Bros. I'm telling you, these are super affordable. And last time I bought a new pair, it was like $70. Man. It was awesome.
Yeah.
If you want to get the other shit, it's like fucking $300, dude.
Yeah, that's stupid.
And don't buy them at the airport, by the way. Not Raycons, but the other, because they don't sell Raycons at the airport. But the other ones that are there, I lost mine, and I had to get a pair at the airport the other day. Holy fucking shit, dude. It was like $120.
Yeah, it's a huge markup.
So pissed
For
off.
shitty headphones, too.
At the airport, yeah. And they're dog shit. Raycons are the best. Go to buyraycon.com/Drinkin Bros today. Next up, Canadian Freedom Convoy makes headway. The Premier of Alberta, Jason Kenney, has announced that several COVID restrictions, including the controversial vaccine passport mandate, have finally been lifted. During a news conference on Tuesday, Kenney stated, "Now is the time to begin learning to live with COVID. These restrictions have led to terrible division. We cannot remain at a heightened state of emergency forever. We have to begin to heal." Earlier in the day...
Wait, now does that sound to you like a person who's been exposed to new science and now they're making a decision because the science has changed? Or does it sound like somebody who knows what they've been doing is wrong? It's created terrible division, and now we have to heal from the shit I did. This is like classic gaslighting. This is a person who has, this is a man in an abusive relationship where he's beating his wife, and then he was like, "Hey, don't you feel better now that I've stopped beating you? You're welcome."
Yeah.
That's what this is. I just want to be clear about that shit for everybody.
It seems to me, because look, the truckers made an impact in Canada.
They're making an impact now. There's still that bridge in Detroit and Windsor is still closed.
There it is right there on the screen.
Alberta's main shipping lane is still closed. Ottawa, they told the truckers last night that if they don't leave, they're going to arrest them. And they said, "Cool.
Yeah.
Let's do this."
Good luck
Right?
moving these trucks.
Yeah. Like there's the government of Canada does not have the ability to move all those trucks.
No.
Like that's just unless you're going to bring fucking Chinooks out there and put steel cables and literally airlift them out. You're not getting them out of there. There's no fucking way.
No.
So they're not leaving until they're goddamn good and ready. And the conversations between the truckers and the governments are the government, like the government of Alberta, with Kenny here, is like, we're going to end all the restrictions February 28th. And they're like, cool, we're going to leave on February 28th then.
Yeah, we'll be here for another.
Like, you can end them today and we'll leave today, or you can end them the 28th and we'll leave then. So they're taking a pretty hard line on this, and it's really interesting to see. We talked about it yesterday. I don't know if anybody on their punch card had Canadian truckers saving Western democracy for 2022. I don't know if that was on anybody's list.
My favorite statement out of this guy was the premier for the Saskatchewan premier, Scott Moe. He said the benefits of this policy no longer outweigh the cost.
They've never. According to Johns Hopkins, they've never, at any point, including during the worst periods of the pandemic, none of these things ever really did anything.
No.
Not one of them.
Not at all.
And what we know about the science now is that if you chose to get vaccinated and you were in a high-risk group, you were protecting yourself, but you definitely were not protecting anybody else like the story went.
Yeah.
Right? So just to be clear about all that stuff. And now you're seeing the big pivot. The big pivot that I talked about 2 or 3 months ago when it seemed like everybody's coming to their senses. No, they're just pivoting. They're in a month from now, I guarantee you, but the Biden administration, Jen Psaki, will be trying to take credit for rolling back all the restrictions.
Or ending COVID.
And they'll try to blame these restrictions actually started under Trump.
Yeah.
Like, well, there were no federal restrictions under Trump, actually. Like he wasn't the one trying to mandate shit. There were state restrictions, sure, but no federal ones until your ass got into office there. But they'll try to flip that, and they'll hope that they can convince enough people in the middle of that fact. Like the people on the left are fucking blind. They'll believe it either way. People on the right aren't believing any of it. They're just trying to convince enough people in the middle.
Yeah, and by the time this gets lifted, because let's face it, if you're looking at these dates, which is probably ours as well, just looking at LA, I believe the mask mandate ends
The 15th.
Tuesday.
But not for kids.
No.
Although if you're Stacey Abrams.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
You can do whatever you want. But I think,
She's enormous, by the way.
huge.
Yeah.
I think if you lift this by March, they're hoping that this gives you, 8 months until the elections. Hey, we can maybe make some headway in the midterms and say that we ended COVID, because I think that's the grand end game right there of like, hey guys, we did it. We ended COVID. You're not wearing a mask because of me, and then you're gonna take credit for that.
They won't take credit for it. That's not how the messaging will go. The messaging will be they'll be thanking the public for following the rules. They'll try to reinforce that behavior. They're like,
You think so?
oh yeah. The Biden administration will run all these ads about right before the midterms, so like starting probably in September, maybe late August, or probably September. We want to thank you all for your steadfast dedication to ending the pandemic, and now we can get back to life as normal. So it's this very subtle way of saying, if you do what we tell you to, everything will be fine, right? Even if it hurts a little bit. Like, no, fuck you. I would rather die.
Paul Jones is asking us to make T-shirts for the honkies. I'd love just to make a black T-shirt with white letters on it, just say honkies on it.
Yeah.
Because we talked about it the other day. That's really funny. Speaking of which, the Drinkin Bros merch store is on fire right now. Go to drinkinbros.com/store. All the new goodies are in there. Today we've got all the hats. There it is. Boom. Pop that up on screen. Look at that. Look at that. You got the American Truckers shirts. You got the Canadian Truckers. There's Mother Truckin' Freedom sales going on. I don't have that blue hat. Is that new in the middle?
Yeah.
I have to order that.
Yeah.
Oh, let me see that beanie. Is that a new beanie too?
There are 2 new shirts coming out.
Shit.
I think soon, but there's one in particular. Where can I airdrop a picture?
We got the bro boxes on sale now as well.
You want to email it to Drinkin Bros?
The first ones are out, by the way. First ones are out, $39.99, and you pop in your shirt size. You're going to get exclusive T-shirts that nobody else gets. Even we ordered them ourselves, and they're on their way. I got an email 2 days ago saying they're being shipped as we speak. I'm excited. These are the first bro boxes to come out. We'll also have other merch in the box as well as glassware. And then challenge coins are in the first one. We'll keep putting in cool shit in there.
Well, no.
every
There's no
single
challenge
month.
coin in the first box. But people who bought the first box are getting the challenge coin as soon as it's ready.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
And for free, by the way. We're buying that for you.
Yeah.
You guys
And it'll
aren't
just
paying
be
for that.
thrown in.
There's check the email there. I just sent a new picture. It's a shirt that a design that Brittany came up with, which is, I'm not going to lie, it made my dick a little hard when I saw it.
Ooh, is it Biden with a dick or?
No, it's a crack pipe.
Oh, no way, dude.
Yeah, crack pipe.
That is great.
You can wear that one around at your family events.
Did we spend $30 million on those?
No. No, just whatever 10 seconds of her time.
That's a
is worth,
great
probably.
fucking shirt. Holy shit,
Oh, yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
Is that live?
It will be this week, yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, so go to drinkinbros.com/store for all of the merch. And then go to hardafseltzer.com for the seltzer. All you have to do is sign up. We'll tell you when it's on sale and when it's coming to a city near you, which is very, very shortly. And then the party's on Sunday.
Yep.
Party's on Sunday. Everybody at Black Rifle Coffee was drinking it this morning as well.
Yeah, there's quite a bit of it in my body right now. I think I've had
drinking
4
it now.
or 5 today.
I know. My wife chastised me after we got back from the BRCC
Whatever.
events. I know. Look at this. Boom, here it is. I'm drinking the strawberry shortcake.
Brittany
as we
says
speak.
the crack pipe shirt is going up today. So that'll be available later today. By the time, if you're an audio listener, it's already up on the site probably. So I'm definitely gonna get that shirt and wear it the next time I'm on the news.
Yeah.
For
You
sure.
have to.
Like whether it's news or The Hill or fucking Fox. or
Tucker
whatever it is.
Carlson will let you wear it, right?
He doesn't give a shit. Yeah, he thinks it's hilarious. You could tell whenever I'm on the show, before I even start saying anything, he's already smirking because he knows I'm going to say some fucked up shit.
Yeah.
That's what his producers told me. He's like, he likes having you on because you always say something crazy.
Oh, yeah. You can tell in his facial expression because they usually go split screen, which is funny. So it doesn't give him a cutaway.
Yeah.
So he's got to face. He's got to face the camera and try to hold it together.
Yeah, I like to break him. That's my favorite. Like unfortunately I can't see him because usually I'm just talking to him to a camera.
I like the two of you together on the split screen because I'm usually watching it live, and that's what I look for is him to break. And he gets real close every time, and then he's a fucking pro.
Well, we're going to be in the studio together sometime in the next month or two, so I'll be face to face with him. Then I'm going to fuck with him hard.
That'll be awesome.
Because I can say whatever without laughing.
Yeah.
But he's not. He's a man from Connecticut. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he's got actual sensibilities, and I'll get in there.
Yeah, you'll break him.
Yeah.
You'll break him. Next up, according to a poll, 40% of Gen Z identifies as a letter of the alphabet. 30% of millennials and 40% of Gen Z identify as a member of the LGBTQ elemental
Q-tip.
Q-tip.
To
When
be
are we going to
honest,
stop with the fucking letters?
I support whatever the fuck anybody wants to do. I don't really care.
Same.
But can you make it easier to say? Because I'm not saying that.
I don't know. I'm starting to not know what the letters stand for anymore. Like, Giorgio, you know this world really well.
Yeah, because you're a non-binary, 5'3.5" inch. I think 5'1", 3.5 inch.
Yeah, 145 pounds,
Yeah.
somewhere in there. What are the new letters here on the back of these fucking things now?
I and A.
Yeah. What's the I and A? Do you know?
Intersex and asexual?
Yeah.
What the fuck does intersex mean?
Intersex is the new way to say hermaphrodite. So you have both sets of genitalia.
So you're not fucking in space? I thought it was I think that
If it was
sounds
interstellar sex, that would be dope.
great.
Can I identify as that? Can I be the first one?
Sure.
ISTS, maybe?
Yeah.
What's the last one?
Asexual.
Asexual. So that's just if you're not fucking anyone, right?
But what's
I think it's the most underrated.
Yep.
There is nothing more under. What do you want to call it? Diagnosed or something than asexual.
Because literally every study that comes out now is that millennials and the generation after us doesn't fuck.
Gen Z does not fuck.
now? Do you think? Do you think that's in any way related to the fact? So the average 25 to 44-year-old male, and I'm sure it's commensurate with the female population. The average 25 to 44-year-old male in America right now has 40% less testosterone than their counterpart would have in 1995. Right? So the hormone in your body that makes you want to fuck, we have 40% less of it now.
Yeah,
No, people are not asexual. They have less testosterone. Read Deborah So's book. I'm actually going to be on Deborah So's podcast.
Oh, no shit.
We're filming it next Tuesday. But if you read her book about gender and stuff, it is the best research we have right now, and it's really good, says that gayness and all the other all the stuff that's involved in there comes from exposure to gametes when you're in vitro, right?
Yeah.
Like, so whether you're exposed to elevated levels of estrogen or testosterone or a lack of any of those stuff, that's what decides this stuff later on. That might be the gay gene that we've been looking for, or whatever you want to call it. It has nothing to do with a new type of sexuality evolving. That's
Right.
not, it's fucking stupid. Even binary, being non-binary is still binary.
Yeah.
Because you're either non-binary or you're binary. That's still binary, you
Yep.
stupid fuck. Everything in nature is.
And, you know,
God damn it.
case in point, like, you know, out by where I live, there's no mask mandates. There's none of that stuff, right?
And all the kids are dead. Every single child's died. The teacher's dead. Everybody's dead. There's like 3 people left. No, nobody's fucking dead.
Nobody's dead. 1, 2. I went to like it was a homecoming event for the high school out there, and I was asking some of the kids. I was like, "Hey, dude!" Like, there was some girls coming over. They were giggling and laughing and everything else, and like, it was a neighbor's kid, and I was like, "Oh man, are you guys having sex with each other?" You know, and they literally looked at me, no lie, and they were like, "What? No, why?" And I was like, "Are you?" I thought I was being fucked with. Okay,
Yeah.
and so when they walked away, the mom came over. And I go, "Hey, is your son dating one of these girls? Because you know, they were pretty cute. They looked like they were getting along. Blah blah blah." And she goes, "No, you know what's weird? It's like none of them have sex. I don't have to worry about it. Nothing at all. I don't have to have the talk or anything else." She goes, "Dude, there's something with this generation that doesn't want to fuck." And I'm
I just told you what it is.
I know, I understand what it is, and I know what it is. But if you go back and look at videos, which they're starting to post now, and this has become a thing on like TikTok and Instagram, where they're posting videos of kids from the 90s versus kids from today, they look older. And everybody from today, like kids today, are remarking on how much older the kids look from the 90s and the 80s. And it's not an age thing.
No, they were aging at a normal rate back then.
I was gonna say also. I think there's other factors to that too. Like people are more attractive now than ever, especially than like 60 years ago. A lot of that has to do with like skincare, orthodontal wear, like they're like, and even diet. Like think about if you went to a fast food restaurant in 1978, you'd be fucking horrified. Like McDonald's today would look gourmet compared to that shit.
Yeah.
I disagree with that because I think there's a small subset of like online people, like e-girls specifically, who look older than they are, like catfishing people. But I think like what Ross is saying, like the 20-year-olds look 14 now.
Yes.
Like, I don't understand.
100%.
Like, yeah.
Because they have no testosterone in their body.
I mean, also, like, everyone probably has a porn problem at this point.
What
All
do
the
you
kids growing up?
Maybe.
A problem?
I was thinking about that too, yeah. Where you're introduced to porn at such a young age. I know Billie Eilish just said this in an interview a couple months ago where she was like, "Dude, I got into graphic porn at a young age that was not healthy. And I thought that's what sex was, and you had to fucking gag on people's dicks and shit like that."
That's fucking stupid. She's a fucking idiot. Sorry, I mean, let's be fucking real about it. You and I and everybody else here watched porn at the earliest opportunity, and it was usually fucked up shit, right? Because we didn't know any better, and it didn't affect. I didn't think, oh, you know what? I got to step on this girl's head to make her come. Like, at no point did that fucking idea sit inside of my brain for any amount of time.
No,
so
but
if you
I moved the
believe
needle.
shit like that, like if you are so impressionable, so affected, right, by stuff you see on the internet, you think that's real, then you're a fucking idiot. And it's good they're not fucking, because this species needs to get off the planet.
No, I think it's more desensitized. So, like, guys probably just can't even get hard with, like, normal women.
Normal shit
Normal
anymore?
stuff.
Dude, I've been watching graphic, hardcore pornography for 30 years, and I'd still want to fuck 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
No, that's just pussy, weak-minded
Well,
bullshit.
your brain is better than ours.
Yeah.
No,
Like, I
it's
used
just
to be able to
advanced.
get off to like just a tit, or I would like see girls in lingerie and be really erect to it, and it just kept having to go a little bit more, a little bit more, a little.
See,
bit
you're
more.
fucking up. What you're doing is you're eating the snack still. You need to stop that and use it as a form of meditation. You understand? Like the process of looking at just a side boob and allowing that to make you attracted, right? That is a form of meditation.
I think Giorgio does that with braces.
Wheelchairs.
Wheelchairs, anybody with braces, I think Giorgio gets down on. Rick Miner saying 20-year-olds in the 80s looked like they were 40. Yes, that is 100% true. And that is the comments on most of these videos from kids who are looking back at the videos of kids from the 80s and 90s. They're saying they look super fucking old. And also, the other remark, that's been going around, it's been going viral, which is depressing, is they were like, "Oh man, it looks like they were having so much fun before social media." which is totally fucking true.
Yeah, because you can get away with more shit.
Yes.
Like, so you put in a judge and a jury in the middle of adolescents, and that's a fucking problem. And the judge and jury, by the way, is the public and the mob, right?
Yeah.
Trying to judge and shit. A lot of weird shit. A lot of weird things happen as men and women, especially, are figuring out how to coexist together, right? Some lines are going to be crossed from time to time. Some people will be afraid and never cross any kind of line or never even approach a line. There's a lot of dynamics that happen there. But when there is an immediate negative consequence to exploration and discovery, then exploration and discovery no longer happens. Yeah. So maybe that's just where we're going now. If the generation I see with the kids that are growing up now, if that's just how it's going to be from now on, I prefer that we just go extinct entirely.
Yeah, we check out.
I don't want to be like this video is going to persist. There's going to be a picture of me or some story or something at some point 200 years from now, and I don't want people to. I don't want aliens to show up and lump me in with those pussies. I would rather just the whole planet get blown the fuck up than that happen.
Sure, and we might be headed towards there. Kevin Walters is saying next time you're on Tucker, ask if Hunter is on Dad's free crack pipe list.
Oh no, maybe it was you that said this, but I think maybe he's just doing the crack pipe thing to normalize it so Hunter doesn't look so bad.
Yeah. I
believe it.
It could be. Matthew C. Hapes says if you want to raise your T levels naturally, get your balls tanned.
That probably is not true.
That's not true.
I mean, vitamin C and D actually. If you overdose on vitamin D, especially, like take 10 to 15,000 milligrams a day of vitamin C for a while, it will naturally jump it up. But I don't know if it'll stay that way.
Is there a ball tanning booth where you can just dip your nuts in, kind of tanning that fucking thing?
I'm looking it up right now. If there is.
That'd be great.
I
It's
need
just
this.
a little tiny tanning bed.
Like that folding cardboard thing with the silver in the middle, but you just put it under your beanbag.
Yeah,
I'll do that. Why not?
I'd like to tan up my sack. Have a nice tan sack. That'd be great.
Yeah, but that overdosing, quote unquote, on vitamin D, just even the pills will fucking, it'll give you a short-term testosterone boost.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
So instead of taking dick pills, you can just go out and tan your nutsack, I guess.
Boston Joe said that's a quick way to get ball cancer. I think that was a plot from one of the South Park episodes.
No, they were putting their balls in the microwave so they could get free weed.
Oh, yes.
Remember they were bouncing on their balls down the street and
Like
shit?
hibbity hop?
Yeah. Next up, U.S. hacker shuts down the North Korean internet. It's a fun thing. North Korea picked a fight with the wrong nerd recently, leading to their entire internet being shut down. For the past 2 weeks, observers of North Korea began to notice the country was struggling with connection issues. On several different days, almost all websites on the highly restricted North Korean internet dropped offline en masse. At one point, one of the central routers that allow access to the country's network became inoperable, crippling the country's digital connection to the outside world. While some experts assume the outages were due to U.S. cyber attacks and retaliation for recent missile tests, the truth is it was carried out by one American nerd sitting in his living room.
Yeah, we talked about this on American Party the other day. Apparently the guy provided, his name is P4X, that's his internet handle.
Okay.
He provided somebody with some receipts that he was responsible for it. So it does seem like he was, and that's really funny.
I mean,
honestly,
look,
like you don't expect the only tech that North Korea has is what China's given them. And look, it's like you're going to war and you got your buddy over here. You got Carl, the private that's 20, or he's been in the army for 20 years, but he's still a private because he can't stop fucking up. Like you got to give Carl a weapon of some kind, but you don't put him in charge of the nukes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So North Korea's really only got the tech that China's given them. And I doubt it's really good tech, so this is not surprising, to be honest. They could just fucking run a a massive denial of service on this guy.
It's pretty crazy that somebody's able to do it, but it'll lead me to the question of why aren't we doing this then to North Korea during these? Because what are they've tested, 7 missiles recently?
Yeah, I mean, if they actually tried to do anything for real, this is how you know that the U.S. government doesn't actually worry about what North Korea is up to. They just use it to posture and spend more money on defense. Because if it's this easy just to take down their whole fucking network, we would just do it. And that if they were really a threat, we'd just do it, and that'd be the end of it.
Now's the point in the show we get to the Drinkin' Bro of the week. Anybody can submit. Go to drinkinbros.com. There's some submission sheets, and it gets sent in live on air, and then we read it. Whatever it is, it is. Can be happy, can be sad. Whatever you're feeling, we will read it. Although I will say this, opening these every day, I'm like, oh, man, is this going to be a bad one? Especially when we talk about dark shit. I don't know because it's live, so we'll see. This one was submitted by Cynthia Powers from Arizona, longtime listener since birth, she's saying. And she's nominating Cody Izell. I'd like to nominate my fiance, Cody Izell, for Drinkin' Bro of the Week. Cody and I have been engaged for several years and are finally making it official in October of this year. In today's world, we need more than ever to recognize everyday men that are strong, patriotic, ethical, and hardworking. Every day I feel protected, cherished, and loved. Every day I feel like I have a best friend that will stand by my side and fight for what's right. Every day I know he has my best interests in mind and will be honest whether I like it or not. And every single day he works hard on his career and our home, from refinishing bathrooms to making sure the grass is the greenest on the block. Cody is a red-blooded American man that truly loves this country, his family, and his freedom. I am truly proud and honored to be his future wife. He loves listening to your show. In fact, a portion of his vocabulary has changed to include the word cunt.
Oh, thank you.
Whenever necessary.
I appreciate the shout out.
She goes on to say, it's rather entertaining.
Yeah.
Thank you for your wit, intelligence, and for telling it like it is. Cheers, the future Mrs. Izell. Cheers. It's a great one.
Yep.
It's a great one. You never
a good
know,
one.
man, when you open these up, whether somebody's going to die or not.
We use a lot of language, and sometimes people like it, sometimes they don't, I guess. Somebody came up to me at the at Black Rifle's headquarters. We went over there after the thing at the coffee shop, and we're like, yeah, me and my wife, he was standing with his wife, like, we listen to the show all the time, like, not with the kid there, I hope. And he goes, no, she listens. She says fuck a lot. I'm like,
Shut
oh.
up. How old's the kid?
3, 4, maybe, I don't know. By the way, if you got if your bro box has arrived and you got one of those little round stickers with letters on it and it says MTD, that means mandate this dick.
That's awesome.
Just so everybody's clear. Also, James Harden just got traded.
Yeah, he did. I came back earlier than you did to do RPR, and that happened in the middle of RPR, and I was like, oh, shit, but today's the trading deadline.
Yeah, Porzingis just got sent.
Shut the fuck up. Did he really?
Yeah, to Washington for Dinwiddie. Dinwiddie's actually good.
Yeah.
It's weird to me that the Mavs traded Porzingis. I think that must mean that he and Luka aren't getting along, right?
Well, he stinks.
He just hasn't been very good for a couple of years. So
We'll see. I think what time today is the dead? Is it like 4:30?
it's usually 5 o'clock Eastern.
Well, we'll see. I mean,
You got 20 minutes left.
I can't believe Russell Westbrook hasn't been launched out of a fucking cannon into the ocean.
I'm surprised at that, too. I was looking for that as well. But, Delco Dan, Sixers got Harden. That's a fucking team.
Well, more
now,
importantly, they got rid of Ben Simmons.
Yeah.
They didn't, but they gave up Seth Curry, who's one of the best 3-point shooters in the league.
Yeah, we
too.
replaced him with Harden.
Well, it's two different players, right? Seth Curry is a spot-up shooter.
And he's a six man. So, dude, you take Harden in that trade all day. That's a fun team in Philly, man. They got a shot to compete for a title this year.
And we got to keep Thibault and Maxey, which is a big thing for Philadelphia sports fans.
Maxey was the biggest. I know nobody wanted to give up Maxey, so you guys didn't have to do that. Man, that's going to be a tough team come playoffs. And not only that, Philadelphia is going to be on fucking fire when he takes the court, man. That's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah.
Because Embiid, to me, is the MVP this year.
And by the way, this crushes that theory that James Harden wanted out of Houston to get away from Daryl Morey is now completely kaput, right? Like, nobody believes that stupid shit anymore.
They were fucking homies, too.
Yeah.
And he fought for this. So it's a big win. I'm surprised the Sixers pulled their nuts out and got that done, dude. Congratulations,
good for them.
Delco. Congratulations to you. And congratulations to Black Rifle Coffee. That was a great event this morning. Thank you for having us. And they are live on the New York Stock Exchange. It's hard to believe that Jared is the owner of a company that is on the New York Stock Exchange.
Yeah.
Anything is possible.
That's how I think it should work.
So do I. We got that show airing tomorrow. Again, Danny kicked out the cords, so we have to edit it, but it'll be up tomorrow afternoon. Jared is on the show. Matt's on the show to talk about the company and everything, and we're live from the San Antonio headquarters. Evan and Richard Ryan, I believe, they split. They did split crews. They went to New York to go and ring the bell.
Yeah, they were up there. Tom Davin was up there. Baker was up there. A lot of people went to New York.
Yeah.
Or, in Logan.
Yeah, and they split it in half, and then the other half were in San Antonio. Hodge Twins were there today. There was a bunch of people there today. Great events, and we had a lot of fun. We've been drinking since super early this morning.
Since about 9, yeah. 8:30.
Whew. Got these hard AF seltzers, dude. 8%. Join us Sunday, downtown Austin at WTF Ice House. Seltzer party for the Super Bowl. All you can drink for $20. Tickets are on Eventbrite, or you can buy them at the door. If you're able to get past 4 of these, I think that's the new challenge. I said 6 originally. Now I'm going to say 4. 4 is a lot, you know. Proud of you out there. Join us this weekend. Should be a lot of fun. Eric Tanzi and them are coming to town. There's a bunch of people that are coming to town. We will be live on Sunday on YouTube. So subscribe to the YouTube channel if you're listening on audio. We will be live all day for the Super Bowl down there, and Danny Warsnop is playing as well at the end of the show. So it'll be a blast of an event. For D'Anthony Holloway, I'm Ross Patterson. This is Drinkin' Bros Fake News. Let's hear that outro. Yeah.